On December 7, 1941, the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor. 20 American vessels and 300 airplanes were destroyed. There was a total of 2,402 casualties from the attack. A day later, the United States declared war on Japan and was entered into World War II, one of the bloodiest battles in world history. It lasted for 6 years and caused the deaths of millions of people and soldiers. At the time of the attack, 127,000 Japanese lived in America. The majority of these Japanese lived on the West Coast since they immigrated from across the Pacific Ocean. However, only about 1/3 of these Japanese Americans were born in Japan. Many Japanese Americans were making a great life in America. They had stores and farms running successful family businesses. However, America was now afraid of these Japanese people. Although they were citizens of the United States, their heritage is from Japan. What if they were still loyal to Japan? Would attacks be carried out by these Japanese Americans? The largest concern is the threat of invasion. If the Japanese were to invade the West Coast, what would happen to the Japanese Americans? If any of them were disloyal, they could assist in the attack. 2 months after the Pearl Harbor attack, President Roosevelt signed Executive Order 9066, ordering the removal of people of Japanese descent from California, Washington, Oregon, and Arizona. They were to be moved farther east and inland to live in internment camps. In total, 10 internment camps were made. To show they are loyal to the United States, Japanese Americans reluctantly leave. Many have to close down their businesses entirely. Because they can only bring one bag, they were forced to liquidate and sell all of their items. They are loaded up onto buses and numbered to keep track. When the Japanese get to their camp, many found the conditions to be incredibly harsh. Here is one account from a Japanese American who was relocated to Manzanar, one of the camps which housed nearly 10,000 people. I was excited to go, to be able to show my loyalty to my country. However, when we pulled up, I was terrified. Barbed wire surrounds the camp and there were 8 watchtowers. Each have guns, huge machine guns, that aren't pointed outwards, but inwards. It feels like they're not trying to keep people out, but trying to keep us in. It's like we were in prison. The housing situation is no better. It is a 20 by 25 foot room, but my family and I have to share it with another family. There is 1 oil stove, 1 light bulb, some blankets, some cots, and straw mattresses. We only have rice and beans as food. It gets disgusting after a while. It is also freezing during the winter and scorching in the summer. Manzanar is an internment camp made in a desert in California. It can be below freezing in winter and get over 110 degrees Fahrenheit in the summer. At the camp, the Japanese are given jobs. One of the main jobs is farming. However, the arid, dry land makes it difficult for farming. However, there are some things within the camp that made the time worthwhile. Many camps aren't lucky enough to have running water, but Manzanar has a reservoir right outside the camp. Children have the ability to go to school within the camp. Governing councils are made within the community. People within the camp also organize newspapers, sports teams, and concerts. Places of worship are also made and maintained. Normal community life has begun to thrive behind the barbed wire. Although life can be great in these internment camps, many Japanese Americans despise it. Many lost the businesses they had spent their entire lives and even generations developing. They are also forced to take a loyalty test. To many, it seems senseless. They argue they are loyal to the United States as they are American citizens. They have already proved it by moving to the camps. Yet, if they refuse to take the test, they are incarcerated. When the war is finally won, the Japanese Americans will be released. Hopefully, it will be soon, and the citizens can be treated like true American citizens once again. Until then, we have to understand that this is for their safety and for the safety of our entire country.